YouTube is your boy Sneaker Flexibility coming back at you with another episode of Ole-Head Sneaker Closet. What do we have coming out of the closet today? We have I don't know what to call it. We have a mix between necessity, luxury, and downright consumerism. You know what? Let's just get into it. Come on, y'all. Let's go. Just like we described in the intro, we got a shoe coming in here. We're going to talk about a lot of things. I want to unpack a lot of things. But first off, shout out to all my subscribers. Shout out to all my followers. Shout out to my new people to the channel. If you are new, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. You make the channel go around. What I need you to do is hit the like button, then turn around and hit the subscribe button and the notification button so that you are notified every time we drop a video. I try to be consistent with dropping videos, but I also try to give you guys videos that are a little bit different than what you typically see. There's a lot of the same videos on YouTube, so I try to bring you something a little bit different. Try to bring you a different little splat, a little bit flat. Don't worry about it. A little bit. All right. So another shout out goes out to Atmos. Atmos did a raffle in regards to you describing a shoe that is worth a lot to you and may not be to other people. A shoe that has no value, but has a value that speaks volumes to you. And for me, that was the Be More Air Max 95. You guys seen me do a review on that shoe on this channel. And with that submission, I was able to purchase. Thank you, Atmos. First W ever. I've been entering out so many. So for those out there that keep entering raffles for Atmos and we get upset and we talk about them being backdooring and all that other stuff, I can't confirm or deny any of that information. I would just say keep trying, because maybe like me, one day you also will hit. So enough of the chit chat. Let's get into the shoe, because you're basically probably wanting to see the shoe if you haven't had a chance to see it, and dive into whether or not the shoe in that $400 price tag was worth it. So let's first off get into my first issue. Here's my first complaint. The shoe came in at $400. That price point to me was a little bit insane for a sneaker. Shame on you, Tiffany. Me, my family, we shop there frequently. We entered in the Tiffany raffle that was on March 3rd. That was the first raffle, and caught L's. So patronizing a store does not guarantee you entry into winning. I don't know how they pick the winners. I have no idea. I don't know. I just know we didn't get a shoe from that raffle, and I really did expect, since we shop there frequently, over the years, consistently, year after year, we would hit. We didn't. So then Nike did a drop on March 7th. I did not hit it on that day either. So what the first part that I'm gathering is that Nike had released this collab with Tiffany, and allegedly there were only 1,837 pairs of this shoe. I struggle with that number. Now, 1837 is significant because it's the time when Tiffany's was founded. So that's where that number comes from. So, and the mindset was we only released 1,837 pairs of this shoe. I'm seeing a lot of W's. I'm seeing a lot of boutiques and stores getting it. Nobody's releasing how many units they got. I can't count all these different stores that have them, but there were a lot of stores and boutiques that have them. I know in the Philadelphia area, you had Lapstone and Hammer, you had Atmos. That's 2 stores alone. There was other stores also. These are small boutiques that was having a store. Then you have Tiffany, who had the release, and you had Nike, who had the release. So between all these boutiques in those stores, you're telling me we only had 1,837 pairs of those shoes? Yeah, something don't add up, y'all. Something don't add up. First qualm with the situation was a $400 shoe should come in a really sturdy box. It didn't. I've noticed that a lot of individuals also had the same problem. It comes in this really nice looking cardboard thin box. Now, if you guys collect collabs, even like New Balance will release a shoe that the cardboard is thin. However, when they do a collab shoe, like Salem Benberry, Amy Lee Dior, the box is sturdier. It's a little thicker cardboard, preventing the shoe from getting busted up. I would think for a shoe that costs $400, you would give me a box that doesn't have the creases, the dents in it. All over Tiffany blue, so that's the great part about it, but do better. I'm not even blaming Atmos, because I've seen other people's boxes and they're not sturdy. Before you guys go in the comments and hit, oh, you don't wear the box, as a collector for a shoe that costs $400 retail, I would like a more sturdy box. The lid has the iconic Tiffany stitching on the top with the orange. That's great, awesome looking. Inside the box you get this great looking details of this Tiffany paper. With some Tiffany's jewelry advertisement on the shoe. Nothing too crazy. The rest of the box is still that same Tiffany's classic slate blue colorway. But is that $400 worth? Now, I heard Tiffany did do a special silver box, shoe box, but again, that's gonna cost you a lot more money. So after spending $400 on the shoe, are you gonna spend another $350 or more thousand for a shoe box to keep your shoe pristine? I'm not. They also, not on the drop date of the Tiffany's raffle, they've done a Tiffany's all silver shoehorn, all Tiffany's silver shoe brush to clean your shoe, toothbrush, not shoe brush, toothbrush, and a Tiffany's referee whistle, we can call it, with the Return to Tiffany's embroidered on the actual whistle. I didn't go for any of those accessories. I wasn't too hype about it. I also know that with Tiffany's, the picture is not always the actual size, so you're getting a piece of sterling silver, 925 worth, 925% worth, which means 75% is some other metal, but that's still a lot of silver in a shoe. But it didn't do anything for me. But let me get into a little bit more of the consumerism part that I talked about in the beginning of the video. So, boom, there's a shoe. It's an Air Force One, all over suede. The Tiffany blue swoosh. You got the nice little leather lace toggle here. That was also another accessory they released separately. It would have been a silver Air Force One lace toggle. Why didn't we get that with the shoe? I don't know. You got this great looking Tiffany stitching on the tongue. The tongue is a little bit more padded. It is a satin look, so to increase that luxury feel of the shoe. And you got these thick rope laces. They come factory laced with black, but you also get the Tiffany blue, the yellow, and a white, which are the flat laces, not rope. I would have loved if they'd given us all rope laces, or alternated rope and flat instead of rope, which is really nice on the shoe, and then the other three flat. So why not give me the Tiffany blue and rope? That'd be fire. Inside the shoe, sock liner is awesome looking leather, really high quality. Inside the shoe, again, that Tiffany blue for the cushion insert. It seems a little bit firmer, but not anything increasing in the comfort of an Air Force One. I'm gonna dive into. I'm gonna bring out another Air Force One to talk about the necessity to jack the price up to $400 because you've given us a suede Air Force One, and then the justification some people have said is because we've gotten the silver on the heel, which is a Tiffany and Company, and the 925 mark on it, and the Tiffany stitching on the bottom of it. This is not. I'll see if I can show you. See how thin that is, and it moves. So it's just like a little piece of silver on the heel that they put in the shoe. I have a slight fear of that coming off. Not saying it is. That would be my fear. On our heel, we have the Nike stitched Air on the back, and that is a suede. Also, the bottom, normal Air Force One, except for Tiffany blue in the bubble air cushion area. So let's jump into the consumerism part. So you bring out a shoe, you collab with Tiffany, it's a jewelry company, iconic. You give us a piece of silver, you give us leather, you give us suede, premium products, and does it garner the $400 price tag? Here's why I say no. Comme des Garçons did a collab with Supreme and Nike to release this Air Force One. The leather quality on this shoe is amazing. No, we don't have the leather sock liner. I'm not going to pull the insert out. This insert is thicker than the Tiffany's insert. Let's actually do that. Let me show you. Comme des Garçons insert, Tiffany's insert. That's crazy. Comme des Garçons retailed at $100 and I think it was $165. So it was a little bit more than the typical Air Force One. I would say it's about a $55 markup on the shoe. So you're talking about a collab shoe with a high-end brand Comme des Garçons and Supreme and Nike, and you only raise it to $55. Now granted, there's no silver on here. It doesn't scream Comme des Garçons when you look at this shoe, as opposed to this shoe. When you see it, it screams Tiffany because of that blue, especially if you throw the blue laces in it. The Comme des Garçons is reselling at this point right now at $300 and something odd dollars. The Tiffany is reselling at for $900 to a little bit over $1,000 right now currently. So are we being taken advantage of because we want to be seen in a luxury shoe and just say, look what I got? I am more than happy that I won my raffle with Atmos, and I'm more than happy that I was able to secure the shoe because this shoe means a little bit more for me. It's a little bit different. Tiffany represents something different in my house, so there was a different meaning behind this shoe for me. But was it worth the tax of $400? Again, I wish I pulled out the Supreme Air Force One because the suede on that is not the same, but similar. And again, these little tweaks and added touches of quality that you put on the shoe, how does it justify the price hike on the shoe? I don't see it at all. I'm struggling with that. We as consumers need to do, I think, a better job of forcing companies to not jack up the prices of stuff just because we buy it. So actually comment down below. Comment down below, do you feel that this shoe is justified by that price tag? Because I know we have the Nike Jordan 1, Christian Dior. That shoe price tag was $1,000. And granted, this shoe is now reselling for 4 or 5 times that, 6 times that. And I was able to touch that shoe, and the leather is nice. It's the leather is better than a Jordan 1. That leather surpasses probably any other Jordan 1 that I'm aware of, because you're probably getting that Italian leather because it's Christian Dior. The Tiffany Dunk, the Tiffany Air Force 1 does not surpass, because like I said, the Comme des Garçons is great leather. It's a great leather shoe. And you can see I've had this shoe for a long time and it held up. No, I didn't get the leather sock liner. No, I didn't get the extra cushion on the tongue, but you do get that leather tongue on this shoe also. Sizing wise, true to size, if you're going for this shoe, stick to your size. 9.5 works. 9.5 works, and it's a little room in it. So that's a little surprising that I got a little room and it's 9.5. My 9.5s and any Air Force 1s are typically snug. I'm not saying go up a size. I mean, go down a size at all. I'm just saying stick true to your size. But if you want it tight, you may want to consider going down half a size. But it depends on how your current Air Force 1s fit. But I do want you guys to comment down below if you feel that this price was worth the shoe, because it's a Tiffany and Nike collab and because you got the little bit of silver on the back, or do you think we're all cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for spending that amount of money on this shoe? Other than that, guys, I have nothing else for you. So don't forget, get out there and be great. Then go out there and be greater. Peace.